Gather round the hearth, young dreamers and old souls alike. This is Storytime, brought to you by the Fantasy Broadcast Network. I am Tharnam Hearthspeaker, and tonight I bring you a tale woven from the threads of wonder and whispered through the winds of legend. The Enchanted Pig, written by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. Once upon a time, there was a very poor woodman, who, having no children, worked hard all day long to maintain himself. This man had only one pleasure in life, and that was when his work was done. He would sit down by a spring of water near his cottage with his pipe in his mouth, and watch the fishes swimming, and hear the pretty wind among the leaves. However, it happened that one evening he was sitting there later than usual, when a great black bear came out of the green thicket that bordered the water, and took a seat near him. The man was so much terrified that he threw down his pipe and ran into the forest. When he had run for some time, he met a little old woman, who asked him why he was running. He told her how the bear had gone out of the bushes and sat down beside him. The little old woman asked him if he did not know the bear, and he said he certainly had no acquaintance with it. "That is strange," said the little old woman. "That bear is your familiar, and if you will go back and speak kindly to it, it will do you good service." The man was afraid, but he returned, and halting a little first behind the bushes, spoke kindly to the bear and said that he did not wish it any harm, but wished it would give him something. Then the bear jumped up and said, "What do you want?" "Something good, dear bear, something I shall be able to sell and get some money with." "I can only give you a piglet," said the bear. "I have found it in the dark thicket, and it will do you no good, but if you take it, it may be that I will do you a better turn another time." The man hesitated, for he saw that the little pig was quite black, and thought it would be of no use to him. However, feeling that he had nothing to lose by it, he took it and went home, and when he came into the hut, he shut the door behind him and set the pig upon the floor. Suddenly it began to glow, and out jumped a handsome young man, so beautifully dressed that he shone like gold, and said, "I am your master, I am come to reward you, and if you will fulfill my desires I will serve you." The man felt 1,000 thanks coming, and asked what he should do. "I must have 3 dresses," said the youth. "The first is red as fire and lined with silver, the second is of silver and lined with gold, the third is of gold and lined with diamonds." "It shall be done," said the man. "But I must have 3 dresses for my wife also." "It shall be done," said the man. Then the youth vanished, and in a twinkling of an eye the man and his wife had the 3 dresses, virgin white silk. They put them on and only needed shoes to complete them, but they had none. The youth told them how they might get them, and they went looking for them in the forests, and at the top of a great oak tree found a pair of golden slippers, and beneath a second oak a pair of silver ones, and under the third a pair of crimson velvet boots, as soft as pigeon's wool. Then the youth appeared to them again and said, "Now I will go to the king's court, and when you have spent the money I have given you, come and see me again and I will help you further." The man and his wife went to town and sold the dresses and shoes for a great deal of gold, and with the gold bought abundant food and drink, and spent a long, long time in enjoyment. But after a long time they said, "We have spent all and our master has not come." So they went to the spot where they had first seen the bear, and finding another black hare, they spoke to it kindly and asked why it had not come. The hare replied, "It is great grief to me that I cannot come. I am astray in the thicket and cannot find the way out, but if you will come with me I will lead you to your master." So they went to the spot where their master had vanished, and there he stood, but very poor and ragged, and his hair half falling down his breast. He begged them to help him, for he had lost all he had, and he had nothing left but his cloak, which was covered with spangles. They had compassion on him, and begged him to have patience, and make up his mind to come with them to their own town, where they would supply his wants. When they had arrived there, they set him in the marketplace, and engaged him as a musician to their daughter, who was to be married in a few days, and who was so proud that she would not look at the man, but paid him no attention. On the wedding day there was a great crowd, and the bride wore a gold dress, but she had no slippers. The bridegroom said, "Go chimney sweep and fetch the shoes." The sweep ran to the man and said, "What shall I give you to get the shoes?" "Sweep my chimney tomorrow, and I will lend you the shoes." Accordingly, the sweep swept the man's chimney the next afternoon, and the man gave him the shoes, and so saved his life and got his wages for it. His reputation increased, and he became very rich, and lived to a good old age with his lowly wife, and had a great many children, who married and had children also. And all the posterity of the Enchanted Pig lived richly and happily till the end of their days.